to introduce a couple of our friends. Yes, we finally got the recording started. Yes. Again, my name is Jared Ojeda out of Atlanta, Georgia, small city called Riverdale. And it is an honor for me to be the host this evening to introduce some amazing people in my life. A few years ago, I was introduced to a beautiful community where they spoke about having more fun, having more fulfillment, and turning your passion into a paycheck, and just enjoying what you do in life, and being able to do it as a community. And when I first saw it, I was almost blown away. I thought it was too good to be true until I actually met the people personally. And when I met them, I was like, oh my goodness, we have an opportunity to do something amazing. And we've had a great run, and we're excited not about what we've done, but what we're doing and what we have planned in the near future. And you get a chance to hear from some amazing quality individuals tonight. And it is an honor. I tell everyone, this next young lady who I have the honor of introducing to you, every day in the morning, I say, before I put my 2 feet on the ground, I put my two hands together, right? And I look up and I thank God for life. Anybody do that in the morning? You just thank God for what you have, the gratitude. But then I always make a special request. This is me, y'all. I make a special request. I say, God, please put the right people in my life to help me carry out my purpose. Put the right people in my life to help me carry out that purpose. And it's just been happening. He's been answering my personal prayers. And I eventually was introduced to this young lady who has a history of not just being successful in business, more importantly, she has success in helping other people. Like, she truly desires not for herself to be on top of the world, but she wants everyone to come with her, because it looks better from the top when you got your friends and family there with you. And so she's been super successful in this industry, got 30 years of history. She's made countless millions of dollars. But more importantly than that, she's helped other people do the exact same thing. And I was always taught, if you want to be successful, find someone who's successful and do exactly what they do. And if you have an opportunity to actually work with that person, grab hold of that opportunity and make it happen. So it is a privilege and honor to introduce my business partner, my lifestylepreneur, my angel from above, Miss Sherry Sharman. Welcome to the call tonight.
Well, thank you, Jared. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. Normally, we do these calls on Tuesday, but tomorrow we're taking off for Dallas. So that's why I'm so excited to see so many people on here, because it's kind of out of our normal time of when we do these calls. And like you said, Jared, it's the community that we absolutely love with this company, and we're getting to present to everyone. And just to give you a short background about myself, and they'll get right to it, because your time is so important to us. I was a preschool teacher, single mom, when I was introduced to this industry. I don't know what your background is, but at that time, I was absolutely the farthest thing I ever believed I would be in is something like this, because my experience wasn't that great with it, because I knew other people that had failed. And somebody said to me, why do you judge your future on people that have failed? And I went, whoa, that was really, really something that opened up my mind. And I started following people that were successful and learning from them. And then all of a sudden my life changed. And I'm going to just tell you more about it a little later in our evening. But I just want to let you guys know that please pay attention to what is about to be presented to you, because it could literally change your life like it did me. The gentleman that I have the pleasure to introduce to you is someone that I've known since he was in his early 20s. And at that time when I met him, it was not only an incredible time in my life, but it was a time when I took my teaching career and really was able to amplify it into something where I was able to teach people success principles. And he was one of my students. And now I look at him, and he is now leading by example. He's not only become extremely successful, but one of the best teachers and mentors I've seen in this industry. So please pay close attention to this gentleman. He's an amazing husband and father and businessman and teacher, and that is my good friend Muzaffar Najmi.
Thank you. Happy Monday, everybody. And wow, I appreciate the kind words. 1 second, everyone. I'm just going to hit mute. 1 second. Perfect. And I just, because therefore when people are joining us or joining in, their phone is muted. And look, if you were invited by a family member or a friend or a business partner and they said, hey, you've got to hear this information. First of all, I'm so glad that you're here. And we're excited to go through some information today. Before we do that, my name is Muzaffar, and I live in Arizona right now. And the lady that you just heard from, she's right. She was a mentor, a teacher, someone that guided me, and she basically became like a second mom to me. However, when I first met her, and I would say that when I first saw her, I didn't meet her. When I first saw her, I was 21 years old. And I was growing up in Minnesota, and I was told probably similar to most people, right? If you want to become successful, go to school. Like my dad is East African. My mom is Middle Eastern. And I still don't understand how that worked out. Story for a different day. But I ended up being told that if I want to become successful, I had to get an education. And I got lucky enough to get to university because of playing football. I had a football scholarship. And my last year at university, I tore everything in my right knee, my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament. And I don't know if you've ever had like a dream that you wanted, like something more than life itself. That was for me. Like I wanted to play professional football. Why? I wanted to make money for playing. Like I wanted to get paid to play. That was it. Like I didn't want to grow up. Everyone that I saw that was older, that was working, they weren't happy. And we lived in a neighborhood where my mom and dad made $30,000 combined income a year. Like that was their income per year. And so I grew up in a place in Minnesota between North Minneapolis and a place called Brooklyn Park. And I just focused on how do I get out? Like, how do I get out of here? And when I got to university, I focused on football and I got injured. And then I had to focus on my degree because I was now told that in order to become successful, I've got to put a resume together. And do any of y'all remember resumes? Do they still do resumes? Like, I know that sounds weird, and forgive me if they do, because I've been unemployed for the last, God knows, over 25 years, right? So I just don't know. And so for me, I remember putting it together. And I remember handing it out to go get a job interview. And I remember the person saying, well, you have 3 degrees. I said, yes. And he goes, and your resume looks really nice. And you played football. Yes. Where's your work experience? And I said, it's at the bottom of the page. And he said, it says Kinney Shoes. I said, yeah, I worked at the mall. He said, but you have no work experience. I said, I've been in university for the last 4 years. And they offered me $35,000 a year with 3 college degrees. And I was so upset. Like, I was so upset. Thank you, Amber. She goes, they still make resumes. Thank you for telling me. I won't ask again. And so what happened is I ended up getting a job for $35,000 a year. And if any of you have ever felt overworked and underpaid, that was me. Like, that was me. And I didn't love what I do. Like Jared, he works in the fire department, right? You heard him at the beginning of the night, and he loves it. I didn't love what I do. Have you ever met people that hated what they do? Like Monday, it's I owe. So off to work I go. And Wednesday, it's hump day and you're almost there. And Friday, it looks like you just got out of jail. That was me, right? And I got introduced to this industry because my friend called me, maybe like your friend called you and said, hey, you got to see this. And I drove to an office and I saw a meeting and I fell in love with the concept, but especially someone that was willing to show me how to do it. And he told me that most people earn $1 for the work that they do. He said, Muzaffar, a residual dollar is better than a regular dollar. And I never knew what a residual dollar was. I didn't understand a residual dollar. And so I'm going to share something with you tonight, similar to what I saw 30 years ago. I can't believe I'm saying that. It was 1995. It's 2025, man. That's 30 years. Holy cow. But what you're seeing tonight is like, wow. What I saw 30 years ago was the cassette tape version of what you're seeing tonight, right? So that kind of explains what it is. Like some people go, Muzaffar, I tried something like this before. No, you tried the cassette tape. Like I'm just gonna put it out there right now. You tried the cassette tape. Some of y'all tried the CD. We're now streaming, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2025. So let me just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy tonight. Have fun with it. Now that you and I are friends, some of you guys are like, we're not friends. Well, laugh at my jokes anyways. And even if they're not funny, because I can't see you, but I will feel the love. So let's just do this. Let's talk about Viago. Viago is a company that was designed by me and some of my business partners because what happened in their career. So our CEO, my friend, his name is Isaac, and this guy built a luxury skincare line and opened 900 stores in 40 countries and did over 3 billion in revenue. And his partner was L'Oreal. My other business partner, him and his partners, his name is Eddie, him and his partners developed the largest travel club in the world. And they had over 5 million members. And in 2016 alone, they did 994 million just that year. They did several billion. And together, these partners and Isaac and a handful of us came together and we started designing Viago. And we said, if we could do it all over again, how would we make it better? What would we do differently? And everybody came with these ideas. And what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is we put this membership together. And I want to explain something to you. We designed a luxury travel and lifestyle membership. That's what this is. But it's only the beginning. So what you're seeing is the beginning. And my friends that were in a travel club, they said, Muzaffar, your starting line is already better than our 15-year finish line. Like what they spent 15 years developing is we're starting with something that's 5 times better than that. They said, we can't even imagine what it's going to develop and turn into. And I'm excited for everyone to get the opportunity to see this information. And so let's talk about Viago. Via is the path, the way, and go means to go. Our mission statement is to create a global wealthy community. There's so much that we have outlined for the future. It's incredible. Let's start with this membership. This membership has multiple different categories. Category number 1 is an online travel agency. It is an OTA. It's a booking engine, ladies and gentlemen. And what we had access to was unlimited wholesale benefits, like wholesale access, wholesale pricing. What's retail? Priceline, Expedia, things like that. We have wholesale. And every time I've used this, I've had phenomenal results. So just like you see, this is the website you will get. So the minute you become a member, like immediately the website's yours. All you got to do is put your name on it. That's it. And you'll have wholesale prices on hotels, cruises, car rentals, homes, and all of that stuff. Flights, we get some good deals, but flights are FAA regulated. So I don't want people going, I'm supposed to get, listen, the flight situation is a flight situation. We have it on there for convenience, but all the other things are absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to show you savings on hotels where most people go, wow. Because when you look at the fact that we chose the same hotel, same location. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every hotel is like this. I'm going to tell you that either the hotel that you want or something equivalent, you'll see a significant discount. This happens to be the Caesars Palace. And so we went on the public price, which was Priceline or Expedia, and then we went to Viago. Viago's price was better with this hotel. Other hotels, we were significantly better. Other hotels, we were really close to the same. I love the fact that we have the opportunity to have options. And most people go, this is a phenomenal savings. I'm like, just wait, it keeps getting better. The savings are normally somewhere between 20 and I've seen all the way up to 80% savings. This one right here is 37%. This was in Florida, right? This right here is 34%. This is Glacier National Park. This is the Millennium Hotel. Look at this one, 57%, which is a beautiful hotel. This is in Italy, right? A 54% savings. This one is in Rome. This one's a 15% savings. So as I'm telling you that they all range, but the beauty is that there's a savings there. My grandmother said that a penny saved is a penny earned. And I've saved money on car rentals. I've saved money on hotels. I've saved money on different locations and places. Friends of mine have saved money on cruises. I had a family that just went on a cruise using this booking engine and they were blown away. All right. Category number 2, that was category number 1. Category number 2 is our escapes. Now, we've got two types of escapes. Number one is our VIP escapes. That means we design them. We design them for you. We pick the date, we pick the location. Then there's something called Escape My Way. You pick the date, you pick the location, right? When we do it, we go, look, we're going to design it. And if you like it, join us. Most people love it. They don't like it. They love it. And this is an example of one that happened in December. 5 nights, 4 days, round trip airport transfer was included in the price. That means from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel back to the airport. It's so funny. I meet people that go, Muzaffar, I tried to price compare you guys and I found similar stuff. I go, did you add round trip airport transfers? No. Did you add an additional welcome reception and all the money that would cost? No. Was it all inclusive? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Did you add a choice of a sunset cruise excursion? No. What about a phone party where we book out the whole pool and DJ and like all of these things cost? And if you look at the normal price, it's $1,703. With us, because you're a member of Viago, it's $649. However, we've made it even better. We've got these reward points. Like most of y'all have rewards at your grocery store, gas station, airlines. Like there's rewards everywhere today, right? You now have rewards with Viago. The minute you join, we will give you 600 points. 1 point equals $1. Our motto, and my CEO believes this to his soul, to his core. He said, when somebody becomes a part of our community, Muzaffar, we give them more than they give us. That's our motto. Give them more than they give us. So we give you immediately 600 points. And all of these vacations, they all have maximums. They do, where you can use a certain amount. In this one, it's 150 per person. So if you got 600 points, that means that you could use 150 for you, 150 for your significant other. So that means all of your trips are now $499 instead of $649 or even $1,700. Let's go over to Bali, Indonesia. I had people that absolutely loved this trip. $499 for Bali. Look at all the bullet points. This is Dubai. This is one of my favorite places. I mean, outside of the fact that my family and cousins and all of them live there, it's a beautiful city. Beautiful. If you've been, you're going, yup. If you haven't been, you got to go. And for those of y'all that have heard of this city, everyone tries to correct me. It's like this itch. When I keep saying Dubai, you got to go to Dubai. People go, that's not how it's said. I'm like, actually, my family's from there. So yes, it is. It's an Arabic word. Trust me, go Google it and click on sound and it will say Dubai. That's how it'll say. It's an Arabic word, just so y'all know. Anyways, look at all the bullet points in this one. Absolutely incredible. The desert safari is one of my favorites. It ends with this barbecue dinner with so much entertainment included. I went on the four-wheelers that were included. We went dune bashing that like we almost flipped over our truck. Sherry, don't worry. They're not going to flip over your truck, by the way. We were just the crazy ones. But they're professional. Sherry and her husband are going to this one, so I don't want to scare her. And by the way, she's going for longer than 5 days because she's just like, I'm not doing 5, Muzaffar. I want to do 25. I'm like, Sherry, you can't do 25 days. Like, listen, calm down. We got a business to build. And so she's like, okay, well, at least like 6 or 7. And so we have one that's a little bit longer, and that's the one Sherry and Alex booked. But we've got South Africa, Costa Rica, Spain, Thailand, Greece, Italy, Mexico, Turkey, Vietnam, Philippines, Dubai, right? The point is that we've got so many trips. My one of my best friends, he plays for he used to play. He looks like he could still play for the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. He played in the NFL for 9 years. And you talk about someone that has all the money in the world, and he got started with Viago to be able to travel, have fun. He wanted us to work together, but he was like, Muzaffar, I have so many family and friends that don't have the money I have. They can't travel like I do. He goes, I bought timeshares. He goes, I got rid of my timeshare, which took a lot of negotiations and my lawyers to get out of, just so I could use Viago. Because why am I paying for a timeshare when this does way better than that? I was like, wow, that makes sense, right? And He just booked an escape my way for his son's graduation. Anyways, I'm just here to let you know that's category number 2. Category number 3 is our telemedicine, which gives you access to a doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 24/7. Not just for people in the US, but people outside. I know people in other countries that are using this that are so grateful for this. I used it for my daughter. I used it for both of my daughters, one at the beginning of 2024 and the other one literally at the end of 2024. Gosh, I don't know if any of you have kids, but I'm going to tell you, when one of your children are sick, it's like the worst helpless feeling ever. And my daughter had 102.5-degree temp. I picked her up from school. She was shivering, shaking, crying. And I was taking her home, and my wife was like, no, urgent care, urgent care. And my daughter was crying, just wanting to get home. I took her home. I put her in bed. I told my wife, don't worry. I called Telemed. And actually, I didn't call them. I went on to our back office and I booked the appointment. So let me rephrase it. They called me 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later. And I gave everything that my daughter was going through. And the doctor said, stop worrying. Everything's going to be okay. Because 102.5 for your baby girl is a lot. And he said, Muzaffar, it's okay. I'm going to send the medicine to the pharmacy. You don't have to go to urgent care. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. And I felt this peace of mind. And I went to the pharmacy and I picked it up. Sure enough, in a few days, she was back to normal, right? God bless. The point is what would you pay for that peace of mind? What would you, right? You would pay a copay. You would put your child through what they had to go through to get to a doctor to put you at peace of mind. I got that peace of mind through a phone call in 2 minutes for something that's included in my membership. I'm telling you. Then we've got major medical and supplemental coverage. Now, it's not included in the membership. What's included in the membership is access to a significant discount to major medical. That's what's included. The next is our daily deals. To me, this is like the hookup. Like this is like having a friend in a million different retail stores. Like I think about it. Have you ever needed, like when I was younger, my friend worked at Foot Locker. If any of y'all remember Foot Lockers or Champs, and I called them for a discount. You know, it's funny, but like one of my best friends, his son is going into the military today, like they just cut his hair, and he sent me pictures, and his son checked into the hotel, and they're checking him back in. But when he was thinking about going into the military, I called my friend that's been in the military for 20 years. I called Dave. He's on this Zoom right now. And I called Dave and I said, hey, can you help us? You know, can you guide us? And that's what you do, don't you? Like if you've got a friend that has, you know, don't you call them and go, hey, can you help me? That's what this is. This is like your 1-800 dial a friend, but they're not your friend. But I mean, like, that's what this kind of is. Like, it's a million friends that'll give you the hookup to the movie theater, to Six Flags, to Disney, to SeaWorld. Like when I went to SeaWorld, the ticket was $109 at the door. And I went on our website, no joke. I'm on our website when I'm at the front of the line. And the guy's going, sir. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, she's like, you didn't buy it through the membership? And I was like, I was busy. And she goes, what do we do? And I'm like, I got to be nice to my wife, but I'm telling the dude, like, hold on, right? And everybody's waiting behind us and they're all about to pay $109. Guess what it was for me? $59 per person instead of $109 per person. Like I could play this game all day long with all of these things, except I don't have a million listed on the PowerPoint. By the way, if you see me look this way, it's because I have another screen right there. I'm not looking off into space. I'm actually looking at the PowerPoint. So we can work together. But the point is on top of these retailers, there's over 80,000 events. Like we went to a comedy show and saved money. My friend, his friend went to a U2 concert and saved money because they wanted to sit on the floor. It was normally $2,400 for the floor seat. Through us, it was $600. And I could do this all day long. And then we've got a marketplace. And this marketplace, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the most highest quality products that get put into our marketplace at significant discounts. And remember the points that we give you for travel? Those aren't just travel points. Those points could be used for product. So you could buy your product price down. And right now, I've got several companies that want to bring their product into our marketplace. I've been sent multiple products to my house from multiple manufacturers, multiple companies going, hey, try us. What about us? Do we fit the community? It's only growing, ladies and gentlemen. And we have other areas that are going to be added to this membership. And all I'll tell you is if you look at the recap right now, it's significant. This membership will save you over $4,000 a year if you use it. Over 4,000. Like, think about that. That's over $300 a month is what it'll save you. So when you think about that right there, it makes people go, oh my goodness, that's a lot of savings. And so our membership has a cost, obviously, right? When you look at the cost of $450 to set the membership up, and we give you 600 points, which 1 point equals $1. So that's like equivalent to $600. So you spent $450, you got $600. Like, I would take that deal every day, all day, and twice on Sundays. Then every month to maintain your membership, it's $99. We give you $100. $99, we give you 100 points. Every month, we give you 100 points. Think about that. And I want to ask you something. How many of you have a subscription? Like, do any of you have Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Disney? Do any of you have software that's on a membership? Because you can't buy software anymore outright. How many of you have a gym membership? Like, how many of you have some sort, like, if you pay an insurance payment, that's like a membership. Health insurance, life insurance, those are memberships. Basically, a cell phone, to me, that's a membership. You have to pay every month. What do they give you after 12 months of loyalty? Don't worry, I'll wait. By the way, I'll speed it up because the answer is nothing. Or my friend Dave, he was like, yeah, they raised the price on you. I'm like, Dave, you got to get out of your memberships. But other memberships, they give you another bill. Hopefully they don't raise the price on you, right? The point is this, with us, we get a gift. After 12 months of being loyal, you will get a gift. Imagine if Verizon gave you a gift for being loyal every 12 months. Or T-Mobile. You know what they give you? They give you they try to give you something off the next phone. That's not a gift. That, like, they make the device slightly better and then they upload new software to slow down your current device. It's a game. I'm just telling all of you, that's what it is. Now, with us, you either get a vacation or you get 1,000 Viago points extra. So if you're mathing the math, 600 when you become a member, 100 every month for 12 months is 1,200. That's 1,800 plus a gift of 1,000. That's 2,800. And 1 point equals $1. Think about it. And you can use those points for products or for travel. Now, let's talk about what you're thinking right now. I'm not a mind reader. I know somebody on this Zoom is thinking, everyone I know is going to love this. Somebody on this Zoom is thinking, I wonder if I refer people, what will they give me? Somebody's thinking, I know he said there's a business. I wonder what the business looks like. Because there's a whole bunch of people on here on a Monday night. Not everybody's new. Some of them are working with us. And you're looking at, this was our pre-launch party that we had. And we launched Viago, ladies and gentlemen, in October. So it's only the beginning. Pre-launch was in July. And to become an ambassador and be able to earn an income for referring people, you're talking about a $49 registration to become an ambassador. And we pay 5 ways. Now, if you've never done this industry before, that means that you were in my situation. Before this, I used to get paid one way, right? Like if I worked, I made money. If I didn't work, I didn't make money. That to me, like when they said, Muzaffar, how many ways do you get paid? I said 1. It's called crappy. Like it stinks. It sucks. Like I don't like it. And they were like, okay, let us show you how to get paid multiple ways. Now, if you've ever been in this industry before, so many people go, I've seen something like this, or I did something like this. And Sherry said it, like, why would you compare yourself to people that have failed? Or why would you compare yourself to the cassette tape or the CD? This is new technology. Like I've tried other things before. None of them compared to these 5 ways we get paid. The first is simple. Everybody kind of has what we have in the first. You refer somebody, you make money. It's not like it's different. It's just ours is significant. A member is only $450. what you earn for referring a member is $100. Like that to me is significant just for a referral bonus. So refer 2 people, you make 200. I have a guy that got started in Uganda, Africa, 2 months ago. In the last 2 months, he's personally referred 43 people. That's 4,300. Do you know how good that is for Uganda, Africa? Like, my dad's from Uganda, Africa. He's from Kampala, the same place this guy is from. Today, I was on a Zoom call with a guy from Costa Rica, and he was like, I want to open Costa Rica. I said, let's go. Like, let's go. Costa Rica? I'm like, let's do it. I go, you say you're ready, and we're going to do this thing. All right. I've got somebody that just started talking to people in India. We're in 40 countries right now. So you can refer people in the US, in Canada, in Colombia, in Mexico. I have a guy in Mexico that's getting started right now. We've got people in like Europe, over 20 countries. And then total, we're in over 40. I don't know. I think we're over 50 countries now. But what happens when you refer 5, 10, 20? You get 100 per person. Let's talk about 6. 6 people earn you 600, plus your membership is free every single month after. So if you finish 6 in this month of January, starting February, everybody stays on their membership, your membership is free. Free. So think about that. You spent 450, you made 600, you got 600 points. Every month you pay nothing and you still get 100 points. At the end of 12 months, you paid nothing and you still got 1,000 more points as a gift. Oh my God, that's too good to be true. Thank you. That is what I wait for, because that's the best compliment I could ever receive. Like, that's what I wait for, honestly. Because now what happens is, like, my friend Sherry got started, and you're going to hear from her in a second why she came out of retirement, but she got started and she said, I got to get my 6. And she did. And then she introduced somebody. She got her 6. Her name is Kathy. And then she introduced someone else, Rico, who's very close to getting her 6. Like, this is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So let's talk about building a team. I was so used to being the only person responsible for my income. I've got doctors that work with us, lawyers, engineers, CIA agents, detectives, police officers, firefighters. I've got professors. I've got single moms, single dads, couples, couples that are married, couples that are not, mother, daughters that are working with us, father, sons that are working with us, people in the military, like so many different categories, because they want to build a team. So when you have 5 members on your left and 5 members on your right that stay on the membership, even though you didn't bring all 5 of them. So you introduced Sherry, who introduced Jared, who introduced Rika, who introduced Linda, who introduced Beverly. You only introduced one person, but you have a team of 5. Same goes on the second side. You're now earning $50 a month. When it gets to 10-10, how does that happen, Muzaffar? Because each of these people, they want their 6. They do, because they don't want to pay a membership fee, and it grows. When it gets to 10-10, you're at $200 a month, and so on and so forth. So let me explain. We help people get promoted to the rank of bronze and silver and gold. And outside of the promotion, look what they're earning every month. And as long as these people, like 25 left, 25 right, are on the membership, you're guaranteed $500 a month every month. 50-50 is Sapphire. I have another lady that just finished that in the last 2 months. I have a friend of mine, Jeff and Troy, that just helped a new team in Montana finish 50-50 in their last 2 months. And they're now $1,000 a month residual earners every month. Emerald is 100, that's 2,000 a month. Diamond is 250. Listen, 5,000 a month, that's 60,000 a year. Blue diamond, red diamond, purple diamond, black diamond. And these incomes are real. People are already earning them, with the exception of black diamond, but people are on their way. I just want you to understand that we don't guarantee this. Like, a friend of mine just joined the gym tonight, and I said, did they guarantee you muscles? And he looked at me like I was crazy. Because you can't. Just because you joined Viago, I can't guarantee you a paycheck. But what I can guarantee you is if you have 5 left, 5 right on the membership, you're guaranteed $50 a month. If you have 500 left, 500 right on the membership every month, you're guaranteed $10,000 a month. And we will teach you and train you how to do this. Sherry said at the beginning, we're going to Dallas. We're going to Dallas. This weekend, There are people that will drop what they're doing last minute and come to Dallas. Why? Because training is everything. My nephew, my godson, my best friend's son is going to the military and he's headed to boot camp. Why? To get trained. Why does the military train as aggressively as they do? Because the best trained team wins. And you can't go further. And Dave knows this better than me, but there's nobody that I know of, Dave, that has gone and become successful in the military without going to boot camp that I know of. Like, I don't know if it's possible. Like, training is training. And our beginning, like boot camp is our playbook. It's at the beginning of the year. And I want you to hear from some people, ladies and gentlemen, that have been in our company, because I'm not Viago. I'm not. I'm honored to be here and be a part of this, but I want you to hear from some people with some different backgrounds. And I asked this couple that I respect tremendously. Have you ever met people that make good money and you go, well, my friends make good money? This couple before this business or this industry, like this gentleman and his wife are some of the most humble, down-to-earth people I've met. They're like salt of the earth, extremely wealthy and successful in business. And I'm so honored they're a part of this community. And Janie and Raymond, I'd love it if you would tell people what you did before, what's happened since you've gotten started, and maybe what you like most about Viago, something like that, and the results and the people that you're helping. I don't know, but I'm glad that you guys are on. If you could share your story, I'd really appreciate it.
He's a sweetheart.
Absolutely, Musafer. Thanks for having us. And I'm Raymond. This is my wife, Janie. We're from San Antonio. I'm a CPA. I've got several other businesses here in the area. And Janie was in management with AT&T and ran multi-million-dollar organizations over there as well. And in my former life, I was a partner with a firm called Coopers and Lybrand, now PricewaterhouseCoopers. And I just remember when I saw this, I looked at it first from a business standpoint, and I just got excited because one of the things when I was there at Coopers, I essentially analyzed businesses for a living. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, this is in an industry that everybody wants to be in. In other words, everybody wants to travel. I don't have to convince anybody. It's an inherent yes. They already want to go do things, but because of this revolutionary concept that we have, they can do that, the very highest quality service experience at a substantially lower price. I just got very excited about that and started the business on a few hours a week. I didn't have much time. And within 1 year, it enabled me to retire my wife from her six-figure income with AT&T about 10 years earlier than what we had anticipated. So I'll let her tell the rest of it.
Well, first of all, I thought he was crazy. He was offered to get into this industry because the last thing we needed was a fifth business at the time. But what I didn't know is, I heard people say you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know that it was actually going to give us our life back. And because Viago has just changed not only our life, but the life of so many people around the world, we've been able to travel the world with close friends. We've made more lifetime friends in this business. And we've just made so many friends that we thank God every morning that somebody put this in front of my husband and shared it with him and didn't prejudge him and say, he didn't need this or he doesn't have any time. And so it's bought our life back. And thank you, Viago, and thank you, God.
Thank you, Janie and Raymond. And I don't know if y'all heard, he didn't need a fifth business. I don't know if y'all heard that one. I heard that one, a fifth. And whenever somebody goes, I was a partner in such and such, such and such and such and such, that's like, that just screams wealth and success. But I love you guys, man. And I'm excited to see you guys this weekend. And Janie's so humble. She's actually one of our featured trainers this upcoming weekend at our training. I know she's going to do absolutely amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to go from there to a friend of mine that you guys heard at the beginning, but I want him to quickly tell his story. Jared, would you share with everybody your story real quick?
Absolutely, Muzaffar. Thank you so much. Hey, Janie, and oh my God, I get so excited when I see Janie and Raymond. My name is Jared Ojeda. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia, small city called Riverdale. By trade, I'm a sergeant in the fire department. That's what I do. I run into burning buildings for complete strangers. What was happening was, as I go and give the community and my company the best, I was coming home giving my wife and my family the rest, and it just wasn't good. My wife wanted to take vacations. The only thing I kept telling her was, I can't afford it. And so in order for me to afford it. I had to get a second and third job, which put me in a bad situation because now I was spending no time with her. So when we got invited to see this, I'll be very honest with you, Muzaffar, I got excited simply for the travel at the time. I just wanted to take some vacations at an extremely discounted price. And that's exactly what we did. We talked about it. You talked about it. Said, hey, let's take some trips. Let us know how it is. And we started doing that. We started saving money on the member deals. I was taking my wife on date nights again, right? She used to want to go to the movies, and I'll say it's coming on Netflix in a couple of weeks. But I didn't realize she wanted to get dressed up and go out, right? So we're dating again. We took a lot of trips using this platform, and we just started inviting our friends and family. And the company started sending us some checks. That got me really excited. And then that's when we talked to you, Muzaffar. You said, hey, the trips are real, the discounts are real. Now let's go ahead and start bringing in the people and make some money. And we're going to create this system of easy success where all you got to do is plug people in. You invite them to a call. You let Sherry, you let myself, you let us do the work. You just get good at inviting. And because of that, we've been able to waive our fees. We've also been able to start creating residual income. So we're traveling the world. We're having fun. We're making money. We're bringing the community together. I go, you go, we go, Viago. I just get so excited about Viago. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Love it, brother. And last but not least is my new friend, who's out in Northern California. And I'd love, Kathy, if you could just tell people your name, where you're from, what you do currently, and what's happened since you started Viago. I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. About many years ago, I saw Sherry Sherman speak when I was 22, and wherever she goes really is where there's success. And so a few weeks ago, she called, and within 4 days, I got 6 people, and that was in November. And I just said, I am busy, but I cannot pass this up because Sherry Sherman called me. And I'm a realtor. I have 4 kids. I'm a single mom, and I have another business, a cleaning business with 14 people that work for me, and then another thing, and anything, blah, blah, blah. But the point is I was more afraid not to get started. And I'm bringing my kids involved. They're over 18, and I'm really excited to build a business with my family. And I'm so grateful. It's absolutely really touching that she called me, and I'm grateful.
Well, I'm glad. I heard that you're coming to Dallas.
I am going to be in Dallas. We are leaving. I'm packing already, and I can't wait to see everybody in person, Muzaffar. Get ready for a big hug.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And welcome to the family, and congrats. And by the way, she said that she's got kids over the age of 18. She doesn't look like it, which is a big congratulations to you, young lady. And let me just wrap up with this, because I want to introduce again my mentor. But I want you to know that the playbook training this weekend is going to be second to none. I tell people, if you're not getting married or buried this weekend, you got to be there. I know if you're brand new, you're going, oh, it's strong. I get it. Sounds kind of strong. But you know what? If one of you go, hey, man, maybe what he's saying is real. First of all, we're going to have fun Friday night. We're having this Wild Wild West. Viago's gone Western. It's like this country Western. You're talking to a guy that doesn't listen to country music, but they're all going to make me two-step. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to have any boots on. I think I'm going to have a hat on. I haven't figured it out yet. But the rest of the weekend is also going to be filled with fun. And it is got a little sports theme to it. If you're not sports oriented, don't freak out. It will be simple and easy to understand. But getting started is the membership plus. For those of y'all that want to earn an income, the ambassador registration. So it's $4.99. You get your 600 points, your OTA, your back office, your website. Like it's a business in a box waiting for you. And then the timing, like some people are trying to make a decision. This is your friend. This is you. You go in the next available spot on the team, and then your friend is going to introduce people. Like Sherry and I are doing a presentation tomorrow night, and one of the people that she introduced already has 9 guests coming to the presentation tomorrow night. And so you getting started tonight, by the way, if you were friends with Sherry, you would be able to be in a better position. Some people go, well, I want to think about it and wait. No problem. When the next person gets started, they go there, and then you go in the next available spot and miss out on the people that they bring. So if you're ready, you're an A. Like, hey, I'm ready. If you're a customer, fantastic. You're a B. Be a customer. It's okay. And if you want to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen, that's okay as well. What I want to do is turn this over to a lady that has always always impacted my life. When we weren't doing business together, I remember when she called me to congratulate me on something, and then she called me to tell me about her wedding, and then she called, but when she would tell me about certain things, there was always a lesson in it. And she didn't do it for the lesson. She did it because it was her. And I ended up learning something constantly. And she's been absolutely amazing for me, my wife, my daughters. My daughters call her Nana Sherry. She is one of a kind. She came out of retirement to go back to work with Viago, and she has other businesses, an incredible husband, phenomenal grandchildren. And everybody's asking me why. Why did Sherry come back to do this, Muzaffar? Why now? And the only person that can answer that is you. So Sherry, thank you for being here. Thank you for impacting my life. And I'd love for you to help wrap this up, and I'll turn it over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Muzaffar. And thank you, everybody, with the amazing testimonials, because, that's one of the reasons, there's many reasons I've come out of retirement, but one of the main reasons is I love this industry. I love seeing people become successful. I love, the community part of this industry. And that is what we have with Viago. I've been in this industry over 35 years, and I have to say, I've never in my whole career have seen a company like this where you see people from all walks of life. You see people that are very successful. You see people that are just graduating from high school. I mean, Nikki's on this call. She's coming to Dallas. I mean, she just graduated last year, and now she's starting her own business, and I love this business. For me personally, I can't imagine not being involved, because when I got to see you on stage, Muzaffar, and from the time of 21 years old to now, and what you've been able to create, not only an incredible company, but the fellowship that you have. I mean, last night we were on a call with Colombia and Brazil and Spain and Argentina and all these locations, and we were being translated. Obviously, I don't speak Spanish, but you were doing a great job speaking Spanish. I was very impressed with you. But it was like we are going to be able to unite the world, not just with the fun of travel, but saving people money, educating people on personal development. And that's what is one of my absolute loves in this industry, is helping people to improve their lives. And that's why you're on this call, because somebody cared enough about you to be part of their team, to be part of this organization. And, when Muzaffar, when you said A, B, or C, it's like, I hope everybody on this call is an A, and that you get started now. And let's go build 2025 to be your best year ever. And I'm so grateful, so thankful that you called me. And I hug Fozia every time I see her for pushing you to call me. And I just really, really am grateful for everybody that's on this call. And I know that on Saturday, your daughter had a game that we cut the training short, and I asked you if you would just do a little bit of training tonight, and if we could just do a little bit about how to get started, because a lot of people on this call, if they understood that they could actually earn money while they're learning this business, they would get involved. And I thought, tonight would be a perfect night. If you guys could just hang on for a few more minutes and listen to how to get your business started fast. And I'm going to be in Dallas, so all of you that are coming to Dallas, come give me a big hug. I can't wait to see you.
I appreciate it, Sherry. And I'll take a few minutes. We're all packing, getting ready, because you and I are actually going out tomorrow early. Because we got presentations to do in Dallas. I've been contacting my friends in Dallas that are coming to meet. So it's absolutely incredible. So I'm going to share something with all of you real quickly. By the way, this is what you want right here. Sherry, can you see this?
Yes.
This is what you want. Can you guys see that? This
Yep.
right now, and you're going, what is that? That looks like a presentation. Yes, this incredible gentleman, Walter, right now is doing this presentation as we speak right now in Puerto Rico. So while we're here, this presentation is happening in Puerto Rico. There's presentations happening all over the place. Raymond and Janie just finished a presentation and a training and joined us. Like, there are presentations happening every day. So if you're asking yourself, how does this business work? You can have an international team. You can have a multilingual team. The key is to teach people how to do this so they're doing it without you. That's the key. I didn't introduce Walter. I introduced someone who introduced someone that introduced Walter. I introduced someone who introduced someone that introduced Walter. So this right here could be you, and you introduce someone who introduces someone that introduces a Walter that is doing a presentation right now in Puerto Rico, and your team is growing. How does that work? Well, none of this can't happen if you don't do step number one, which is get started, right? This is step number one. You cannot finish a race that you haven't started. And there's so many people that go, okay, well, Muzaffar, so you're telling me that it's 450 plus the 49, so that equals 499. Yes. And I always have people that go, well, I need to think about this, or I need to find my finances, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And I always tell people, I go, look, when I got started, I was 21, and my first business cost $5,000 to start. 5,000. After tax and shipping, it was 5,750. And when I met Sherry's business partners, because I didn't meet her, I was a nobody. Listen, let's just be real. There were 13,000 people at the event. Rika, who's on this call, was Sherry's friend. Kathy was Sherry's friend. Like, they go, I knew Sherry. That's what they do. And I always feel this little, because I was the kid in the very back hoping to meet this lady. And on stage, they talked about this book called Think and Grow Rich. So I always act like my mentors told me to read this book. No, they told 13,000 people to read this book. And I was one of them. And I felt like they were talking to me. Let's just call it what it is. I felt like they were talking to me. And in this book, it talks about successful people do what unsuccessful people won't do, even when they don't want to do it. And they do three things. They do OPI, OPE, and OPM. I'm not telling you not to read the book. This is 1/10 of 1% of the book, but it's a strong 1/10 of 1%. You got to read the book. This is other people's ideas. Biago is somebody else's idea. Network marketing is somebody else's idea. Building teams is somebody else's idea. Residual income is somebody else's idea. Travel is somebody else's idea. A membership is somebody else's idea. A lifestyle program is somebody else's idea. We just put it together, the best that anybody has ever seen, with a community that nobody can touch, a culture that knows how to create lifestyle and travel and community and the stickiness. You know how many other network marketing companies have tried to add travel to their program and they failed miserably because they don't have the Jareds. They don't have the Janie and the Raymonds. They don't have a JAON, who you guys didn't hear from. He's a good friend of mine. He's on here as well. They don't have these folks. There's so many, I'm not trying to leave anybody out, but they don't have the Matt Morrises or the Erics or the Troys or the Jeffs or all of these people, the twins, Carrie and Leisha. They don't have these people. Our community does. This is somebody else's idea. Welcome to Viago. So the minute you join, that's check mark number one. Other people's efforts is building a team. So many people, if you're the only person responsible for your income, like I have a friend of mine that I texted today. He's the only person responsible for his income. And he's so grateful and thankful that I reached out to him. And I almost didn't. This is today. He's in Dallas and I'm going to meet him. So many people, if they work, they make money. If they don't work, they don't make money. But you know what we do when we look at somebody's name, we go, oh, I don't know. Man, when I called my buddy Dave, I honestly thought about it twice. And I talked to Sherry and Sherry's like, oh my God, I love Dave. She was like, we need to call him. I said, well, we Happy New Year messaged each other. And then when I called him, Dave was like, man, I'm so glad you called. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. Because who do you want to work with? Who do you want to build a team with? Not everybody's going to say yes. I've had so many people tell me no. And you know how they tell me no? They just don't call me back. And that's okay. Like, it's okay. We'll talk later. We'll meet up later on. And you know what they'll say? Oh, hey, Muzaffar, I'm so sorry. Listen, I got caught up. I'll be like, no problem. And they'll go, what was it that you wanted to talk about? No big deal. We can just talk about it when you're ready. No, I'm ready now. No, it's okay. Listen, I'm not desperate. I'm calling you because I'm excited. Listen, I need all of you to understand this is an opportunity that you're getting started in. This is not a beg you club. That's not what this is. I don't beg you for nothing. Do I expect to win? Yes. Do I expect to build this? Yes. All of you were born winners. Every single one of you. You beat 9,999,999 other people to get here. So you're a winner. 100%. Don't let me explain biology on this call tonight. Please don't make me do it. I'm telling you, you're a winner. Moana, you don't laugh. You're a winner. You outswam the rest of them. Jared's going, I know him because my son's a swimming champ. He was #1 this weekend. That's why he outswam. Jared, all of us outswam. Your son probably swam really fast, right? Because he's a swimmer. The point is when we build a team, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure you're not the only person responsible for your income. If you hear no's, I promise a yes is coming. And if you're someone like Sherry that's heard a lot of yeses, I promise a no is coming. And she's heard some no's. Listen, she's not perfect. Like, she looks like this wonderful angel, nice mama bear. Man, she hears no's. It's crazy. Like, who tells her no? But it happens. We're going to help you build a team. And number 3 is other people's money. Like, if you were to start a restaurant, which costs $500,000, none of y'all would save up money to go do this. What you would do is you would go to the bank to get the money. And then once you open the restaurant, you would take the money from your customers and then you would pay the bank back and nothing would come out of your pocket. Why is this business any different? Except it's not 500,000, it's 500. And instead of a bank, use a credit card or use things like Chime. They give people $500 in day one. Like, there's so many apps out there that do that as long as you have a job. The point is, use someone else's money. Then what we do is we help you do number 2. Is we help you start to build a team. This business is simple. It's people who bring people. Like, that's really that simple. So it comes down to, who do you know? Really? We're going to teach you how to bring people, and then we're going to teach them how to bring people. So you have a team. So the first thing I tell people is make a list. If they breathe, put them on the list. So many people haven't even done that. They keep their list in their cell phone. Mistake, mistake, mistake. Put it on paper. I wish I could show you Sherry's video right now. She took a video. She has this big closet mirrors, and she had all these sticky notepads. She's like, Muzaffar, you have a whiteboard? I like color in my life. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she did this video. Dave, I'm not even joking you. Moana, those of you guys that know Sherry, she put these color stick tabbies. She's going to show you the video in Dallas, Moana. She put these color stick tabbies on her mirror. These are the people, Jared, I'm not even playing. I'm going to show you this video. She put the people that signed up. She put the people that she's talking to. She put the people that have said, yeah, like, she's got all these different things. And she's like, look at the different colors, Muzaffar. It's like, look at that. Those are her stick tabs. And they're on her mirror. And she sends a video, and my daughters were in heaven. They're like, oh my God, Nana's so cute. My wife was smiling. And everybody's looking at me like, yeah, good luck with your whiteboard. I'm like, seriously, guys, like, understand everybody's different, but make a list. If you use a whiteboard or use Sherry's method, either way, make a list. Make a list. What we're going to do is we're going to help you invite. We're going to teach you how to talk to people, because number 3 is to present, and we will help you present this business. Normally, our system is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's our system. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay, this week, we're all going to Dallas. Like, we're going to be in Dallas. And that's the only challenge with Thursday and Saturday of this week. That's why we did it today on Monday. Tomorrow night, Sherry and I are doing a live presentation at somebody's house. I don't know, man. Like, we may get sassy and put out a last minute Wednesday. I'm right now, Sherry's already going, well, Muzaffar, if we're booked on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we may have to do a Wednesday. So this one, stay tuned. There might be something coming out, and we're going to do something on Wednesday, just so you guys know, right? So step number 4 is pay attention, which is training. Training. This is why I love, the way Sherry does business. Sherry bought 20 tickets, VIP tickets to the training. She bought them. And she's doing everything she can to get 20 people to the training. And I'm telling you right now, Kathy was like, I'm going to training. Like, I'm going. And then Kathy introduced her daughter, Nikki. Man, I love Kathy's family. Like, when I met, there's Nikki, there's Jazzy, there's Remington, and there's this young boy that's a stud named Jesse, right? And the point is that she's like, we're going. And every time I see Nikki on a Zoom, she's sharp, man. And I met the other daughter, Jazzy, who's in Arizona. We haven't met in person yet, but I can't wait till we meet. But like, I can't wait till my daughters turn 18. They're going right in the business. I'm telling you. And my daughters come to training. Like, they're upset that they have a volleyball tournament this weekend that they can't come to Playbook. And I'm going, girls, go to volleyball. Like, they're like, but Dad, we want to come get trained. Think about that answer. They want to come get trained. We will teach you and train you how to do this business. Listen, we normally cut the presentation a little shorter and all of that stuff. This is what I'm going to tell you. It's Monday. I know it would be a sacrifice to move things and find a babysitter and do all of it. I get it. I get it. But I'm going to tell you it's worth it, because the next training is in Dubai. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, Dallas would be so much simpler. If I would have just known a week, listen, yes, if you would have known a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, let me tell you something. And Sherry, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but there's always something happening, always. When Sherry first saw this industry, she had a fork in the road. She had a choice she had to make. It was raining, extremely heavy rain. And she got into a car accident on her way to the presentation. Do you remember? Obviously, you remember, it's your story. She told me her story. And she was like, Muzaffar, my car was wrecked. And I had one of two choices: go or don't go. Some of you have kind of a wreck situation right now. In Dallas is that moment of, do I go or don't go? Some of you are going to opt not to go. And I'm sorry. That means that I didn't do a good enough job explaining you the value of this weekend. And it's my fault. Others of you are going to go, holy cow, this absolutely makes sense. I'm nervous, Muzaffar. I'm scared. To find a sitter and to find this, and it's going to be a few $100s for the flight. And that you're not paying for something. Think for a second. You're investing in you. Are you worth a few $100s is the question. That's the question. And the thing that I'm going to leave you with is this. The question that people ask themselves is, if I do this and it doesn't work, what happens? Let me fix the question. It's already working. It's already working. So the question is, if you do this and don't work it, what happens? You get 600 points. You get to travel. You get to save money. But what happens if you get started and you work it? In the next 5 years, you doing what you already have planned this weekend, in the next 5 years, how many times are you going to look back on January 19th, 18th, and say, I remember that weekend? Whatever you have planned this weekend. I don't know, because I don't know what you have planned. What I do know is, coming to Playbook, a lot of you are going to look back on January 18th and 19th, 2025, and go, I'm so glad I went. My life changed beyond belief. For me, it was January 1996, and I drove 26 hours to go to Las Vegas. And I got into an accident in Nebraska, and all my friends wanted to go home. And I fought them to go to Las Vegas. And there's not a month in my life that goes by that I don't think of, what if I didn't go? Where would I have been? Like, I wouldn't be here. Most of y'all wouldn't be here. So I want you to think about this weekend, because it will change your life. I give you my word, this weekend is exactly what I'm saying, but actually better. Get together with the person that asked you to be on tonight's call. Get started. And I'll tell you right now, if you said to me, Muzaffar, I either have the money to get started or go to training, what should I do? Use it and go to training. I'm not asking you to spend money to get into something. I want you to get trained on how to build your future. The money you'll find, but I'd rather you get trained. Get together with the person that connected you to this Zoom and get there this weekend. I'm so honored and privileged that we all got a chance to talk tonight. Sherry, thank you for changing my life. I'm so excited to see you and your husband tomorrow. Thank you to everyone that's on this Zoom. I'm excited to see you all this weekend, but I'm going to tell you something. If you have somebody that you love and care about, get a ticket for them. Even if you have to buy it, get them there. Get that one person. Get your Sherry there. Get your Dave there. Get your Jared there. Get your Kathy. Get your Raymond and Janie. Get your Rika there. Do whatever it takes to get yours there, because that's what I'm going to try to do. Welcome to Viago. Have a great night. God bless, and we'll see you in Dallas. Travel safe, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.